So these are my thoughts about manifestation. These are also my the things that I've been seeing in my world coming true or coming into me that I've noticed in my life. This is just a video about me ranting. So this is a rant, I guess, video about manifestation techniques and other stuff that I want to talk about. You know, maybe the community, I guess I'll get into. Whatever I feel like talking about, I'm going to talk about right now. Welcome everybody. If you guys don't know who I am, I'm Andrew with Manifesting Me. I'm manifesting my dream life right now, and I'm studying Neville Goddard, and I'm studying just Neville Goddard right now. You know, his just lectures and books that I've been reading, audiobooking with listening to, and just studying and taking notes and watching them over and over again, listening to them over and over again to just understand them a lot better. So today is July 8th, 2026, 7:23 a.m. and my day is pretty good. I woke up really good. I woke up happy. My dad woke me up when he was turning on the TV, I guess. And I had a thought, but I didn't switch it. I really thought, I'm like, yeah, my dad can do whatever he wants, you know, just because for me, my manifestation is, hey, get in my own room. Of course, I just thought, I don't care because I have my own room, you know. I'm happy that my dad has his room. Like, I'm happy for my dad. He gets to watch TV and do whatever he wants, you know. And then I immediately thought of my girlfriend, my SP that I'm thinking about right now. I'm like, yeah, we're in bed together, you know, we're sleeping together. That's my immediate thought when I woke up. And then in my drowsy state, as I was waking up, I immediately started saying my mantra that content creation is my life, content creation is my life. The wealth is inside of me, popularity is inside of me, the fame is inside of me, the success is inside of me, the knowledge is inside of me, all the things. And then I've said, I am the #1 horror gaming gooning content creator on YouTube and Twitch. Said that a couple times in the morning, and I just imagined me being with my person in the morning, you know, because I woke up I think last night, once or twice, maybe 3 times, I don't know, but I just went back to the feeling of what Neville Goddard says, just thinking about my desire, you know, just thinking of me having it right now, you know, of me being with my person in bed, just me waking up next to her and just like looking at her and just being happy, and then, you know, spanking her booty or whatever that I would do, because that's exactly what I would do when I was asleep, you know, and then just do things. Obviously, I'm not gonna say all of them things, but you know what I mean, you know, as if I'm in a relationship with her. And of course, she loves it, you know, she yeah. So that's what I continue to imagine. And I know what my plan is for today. I'm just going to record more content, make this video, post it, edit it. Obviously, it's gonna be for the 10th, I guess. And I'm looking at my my Wongi's account with my thing, and every time I look at it, I just imagine 9K for whatever reason. I see it because now it's at 9 subscribers, and I just look at it, just says 9K, you know, like N9K or whatever, you know. And my content that I've been posting, like I posted one today, and then tomorrow I'm gonna do one for, obviously this video would be on the 10th, you know. But it's basically just my thoughts, you know, about manifestation, and that's what I just want to get off my chest, you know. Like, talking out, this helps me out, man. Like, I truly do enjoy, like, I was excited to make this video. I was excited to eat. Like, I made cake yesterday. I had a piece of cake, you know. I didn't work out because my lower back, you know. But I am gonna try to work out today. I'm gonna do easy workouts, you know. I'm not gonna try to do any bending over. Well, I guess I am gonna stretch, and that's my plan for today. You know, I'm gonna take a shower, and it's kind of like a vlog, whatever. But it's not really a vlog. I'm just getting my thoughts out there, you know. So yeah, all these things that I'm doing, you know, I'm having these, like, I'm not really worried about it, you know, like these negative thoughts these thoughts that come into my mind that are negative, I just observe them now, you know, and it's just thoughts that come because we're not our thoughts, you know. We don't create our thoughts. The thoughts come to us. We're the observer. So I'm just observing my thoughts right now, you know. And I was watching this video on this chick. Her channel is called I Am Haley, and the stuff that she talked about kind of like made me, it resonated with me, you know. She's an upcoming YouTuber. Give her a watch if you guys. I don't know. It's up to you guys if you want to do it. Like, I like watching videos other than Neville Goddard, you know, that kind of like explain stuff that I already know. And I gave her a try, and to me, everything she said was everything that I kind of figured what manifestation is, you know. So I've just been doing that. I woke up, went to the bathroom, did my thing, did my morning routine in the bathroom, brushed my teeth, flossed. And during the whole time, I was just imagining. Well, I guess I wasn't really thinking about anything, because normally I do think about stuff, but I'm like whatever. So I'm not dwelling on it, I'm just living my life, I'm living exactly as I want to be, I'm living in the moment, being present, I'm truly, I haven't been worried about anything in a while, I didn't check my account today, which is pretty awesome. But for me, that's a win, because I'm imagining. Also, too, in the morning, I've been doing is just me, just imagining money, like me having it, and me just, I think, that's exactly what I do in the bathroom, I'll just, all this money, man, I have it, I'm happy. I have so much money, I have so much food, I'm happy, man. I don't care about anything, like I have everything that I want, if I want to do something, I can do it. If I want to buy something, I'll buy it, and I just think about all the stuff, I'm like, yep, I have it, like I'm excited about the headphones that I saw, the Steel Arctic, whatever they're called. And then I remember thinking about my dad. He said he's gonna give me something, so I'm like, oh yeah, my dad got it for me. He's like, here, Andrew, I don't know, he just told me. I was thinking in my head as my dad was like doing his thing, hey Andrew, here's the card, get what you need. This is the limit. There's a $250, get whatever you need with that. Maybe if it goes a bit over, then worry about 300. It's pretty good. Okay. Next to my dad. My dad's, I know my dad is gonna have a 6-figure job. I know he is. My dad is a really hard worker. My dad's an expert in what he does. My dad's a machinist. I'll just say that because it's pretty vague. He's very good at what he does. He makes little. He uses a thing that you can't really use the AI. It's very detailed. It has to be operated by a human. So my dad's job is pretty good. It's safe. It's backed by. Yeah, it's pretty good. My dad's always been doing that. My dad's been trying to teach me to do, but I'm not really interested in it. But my daddy's really good at it. So I know my dad's gonna. My dad has the 6-figure job right now. He has it. He has it right now. I'm also been putting into practice Neville Goddard's. Abdullah's teachings, which he says, you have it, you are it, like in the present tense or past tense. Like he says in Neville Goddard, like you went to Barbados. Who says you're going to Barbados? He says you went to Barbados first class. Like he's saying that you already did it, and you did it, the way that, in the best way possible. That's what I also too that I'm learning, is that if you see if you put your tense into like an iffy, the thing is kind of like 50-50, I guess you could get it, because I've used those words and I've visualized it like that, saying that, and I've gotten things and I haven't gotten things. So for me, I just said I did it, I have it. Same thing with my girlfriend. We are together, like presently. We've been together for a long time. Like we went to Anime Expo together. We went, we're together. We always wake up next to each other, always. She wakes me up with a morning something. Is that? She wakes me up with coffee every morning. We wake up, we cuddle together. She wakes me up. She kisses me on my forehead. We make out, in the morning. We do this every morning, without fail, because she truly loves me and truly cares about me, and she truly tries to understand me. She does understand me. She does understand me. Like I'm saying this. She understands me. Like all these things I'm saying, as if it already happened and it is the present, because every moment is the present moment right now. The future is right now, the past is right now, whatever you bring into awareness, whatever you think about is right now. You're reliving it. And last night I was thinking about all these things. I was having the conversations, and I was like, because for me, I was like, my body's healed right now. Like I'm working out, to be able to because I want to be able to physically carry my girlfriend, because she's taller than me, I guess. And I know that girls like that, like always dream about being carry princess style, like holding them like this, like kind of like in your arms, or whatever, or carrying them on your back, So I'm like, yep, I'm like, I already am that strong. I'm the strongest person, God has gifted me with so much strength. Like I have too much strength, I have too much strength. That's what I've been, I visualize myself like I could carry her easily, because she's tall, and yeah, like that's what I really don't know how tall she is, but she's probably taller than me, since I'm about I would say 5'9", 5'8". Of course I am taller. I'd say like 5'10" or 5'11". That's my goal. Like, I want to be that tall, you know. I am that tall. I am that tall right now. Yeah. So, because it is possible to change your height. You know, me, I don't want to be 6 feet. You know, I'm good. I want to be just a little bit more than average. You know, like, because I think 5'9" or 5'8" is the average. So I'll be 5'10", 5'11", like maybe 5'10" and a half. I guess would be cool. You know, like I'm tall but not too tall. You know, that's what I want. And the same thing with my kind of like my fitness, like, because I don't like working hard. You know, like for me, like doing things too much, you know, like it's kind of a bother for me, you know. I'm literally like Shikamaru from Naruto, you know, like it's a bother, you know. Because I've noticed that people they don't work harder, they work smarter. So like because working harder doesn't necessarily get you the results that you want, you know. You're just overexerting yourself when you don't have to, you know. So I do work smarter, not harder. I do work smarter, not harder. So I get the results way faster than all the other people, you know. Since it is possible for you to work out with your mind. Just work out for 20% of the time. They've tested this. There's a study in it. I think Harvard or some other big school did it, where they had people work out like 80%, 50%, and then somebody 20%, something like that. I don't really know the exact percentages, but they told the people to visualize. People who worked out for 20% of the time, who worked out 20% of the time, and then visualized the rest of it, they gained way more muscle and lost more weight than the people that worked out, you know. So I'm gonna figure out how, like somehow I'm gonna figure out how to do it, and I'm gonna do it. I'm doing it right now, you know, because that's something that I want to do. You know, I want to work smarter, not harder, you know, because for me, I love playing games, man. So all I want to do is play games, you know. I want to play games. I want to have schmecks with my person, you know, because that's what I realized, you know, like I do want to have sex with girls, you know. I was okay with not doing it for a while, but now I want to have it, you know, because why not, man? I've had chances in the past to do it, and I've always like declined it, you know, because there was a bother. And for me, I see it as it's a bother, you know, because I don't want to do it once. I want to do it more than once, you know. Like I'm not that dude that just needs it one time and never. I want to do it more and more than once, you know. This is kind of the person that I am, you know. So that's why I kind of declined those girls, because it's only a one-time thing. Most of them have like boyfriends and stuff like that. I found out later, you know. I just didn't feel like it, but I was like, no, I'm good, dude. And it's always a good reason why I don't do these things, you know. Obviously, it's my reality, you know. But right now, I have multiple girlfriends that I want, you know. Like I don't need them, you know, but I have them, you know. Right now, the second, you know, and I have sex with them all the time. That's because that's something that I want, man. Like everybody, this is a human need that we want, man. Like a lot of people, like they say it's a natural thing, man. We're fucking humans, dude. Like we desire these fucking things, you know. Like it's in our nature, man. Like yeah, like to me it doesn't really matter. This is what I want. Like I want my thing, just like how you guys want your things. You know, every person on the planet Earth, every human likes to have sex. Whether they say they're asexual, whatever, no, it's bullshit. Every single fucking person wants to, dude. Like it's in our fucking nature, man. Like you can train yourself to not want it or not want to do it, you know. Obviously, like I did it. That was me for a long time, you know. And I wanted to do it and I didn't, you know. I didn't feel the need to, you know. And if I needed to, then I had my hand Manuela, you know. That's what I like to call, you know. We could masturbate, you know. That's literally what we do. For me, I think that's what I prefer to do, you know. If I am gonna do anything, you know, to get that need. I don't do it all the time, you know. You know, I do talk about gooning, you know, but gooning just like a funny word like to say. Let's goon, like let's goon. It's just, you know, it's a funny thing to like to say. And for me, I truly don't have any doubts at all about me getting my person, you know, because I know, like my person that I want to be with, she wants to be with me already, you know. Like we are together. My person is with me. My person craves me, you know. My person is with me. My person's acting right now to be with me, you know, to be with me right at this moment, you know. Like they're done. Like we're together. That's it. Like we're together. Like I'm not gonna worry about the how, whatever. Like I like saying this because Neville Goddard said the I remember when technique. I guess, well, I remember when, you know, like I wasn't with anybody and I had no idea this person even knew I existed, and somehow literally out of nowhere she just popped up into my life and we're together now. I truly don't know how it happened, man. Like this is like me being playfully pretending is what I like to say in my mind, you know, when I'm thinking about it, you know. Like I say, man, it's so crazy how she just literally popped up to my life. I didn't even notice her really, because she was tall, you know. She just popped in my life, gave me a hug, and then we're together. That's it. Like bam, that's the first start of it, you know. and she pushed my hand into her chest and her boobs, you know. And then I was like, what the fuck's going on, man? Like, I was wearing my hat. I was like, what's going on? I was like, what? And then, because I was like in shock, I guess, really. I was like, what the fuck's going on, dude? And then I'm like being led somewhere by her, and, you know, she's hugging me, and, you know, she's holding me, whatever, or holding my hand. I don't know. And then we're just together, you know. And I'm like, what the fuck are we, dude? And she's like, oh, and she's begging to be with me. You know, I remember when she was begging me to be with me, you know, like saying all these things, like, and I'm like, I'm like, what the fuck? I'm like, dude, you barely know me. She goes, but I like you a lot. I have known about you this whole time. What the fuck? Like, how? She goes, oh, you're older. Like, I just imagine her saying this, like, my old best friend, you know, told me, like, I saw her, and I would ask about the guy in her pictures, like, who's this dude, with her, a lot of them. It's like, oh, she said it was me, and then she said, I guess we're still friends, whatever, even though I don't talk to her, whatever. I don't talk to her in a long time, you know. And she's like, yeah. She just thought about me. She's like, she figured out manifestation. She goes, yep. I figured where you live, and now we're together. Which for me, I'd be like, oh, that's cool. Well, that's nice, you know. Like, oh, yeah, you're just kidding, you know. And then she'd just be saying all these things to me. I'm like, yep, I remember when she did that, and now we're together, you know. Now we're living together. Now we're together. Now I have other girlfriends. She brought other girls into my life, you know, to have sex with me, you know, all these things to do together, to be in relationships, because she wants to share me with her friends, you know, because they've been in really bad relationships, and she sees me as I'm just the best guy ever, you know. Like, there's no person that compares to me, you know. She doesn't care about my height. She doesn't care about the size of my thingamajiggy, because my size is a perfect size, you know. Also that too, you know, I have like my size that I want. I'm not gonna say what my size is, you know, but, you know, like, it's good, you know, because a lot of guys, like, that's something that's really bad, you know, like, that I guess, I don't know, just some dudes have problems, like, a lot of guys have problems. Me, I don't have a problem with that. But I digress. Like, that's how I think about her, you know. I'm like, wow, this freaking happened out of nowhere, literally out of nowhere, and we're together now, right now, this second. We're sleeping in the same bed. I wake up next to her, with her, like, craving me every day, like, always being happy, always, like, she's already a happy person, already know that, which for me that's good, because her happiness is from herself, and I have happiness too, because I don't need anybody. Like, we don't need anybody, you know. We want people. Like, we don't need anything that we have, you know. We only need the stuff that we need. Like, we need air, we need gravity, we need food, we need water, you know. We need these things to survive, you know. So for me, like, I want her, you know. I want to be with her, you know. It'll be nice if I had her, you know. I don't need her, but I have her, you know. I have her. She's mine, you know. Like I don't say this. She said this to me. She says that she says that I belong to her. I mean, that she belongs to me. I mean, well, you know, you guys come to say, you know, I forget what the wording is, you know. She's saying it. She goes, I'm yours, Andrew, you know, like, forever. I'm like, okay. And she shows it. Not just say this. She shows me with her actions too, you know. She listens to me. She obeys me, because she understands that, you know, that she knows that I don't care, you know, like, and she's the one who pursued me, and she's the one who wanted to be with me. So of course she accepted everything that wanted to. She accepted everything that I wanted, you know, because she said she'd literally do anything and everything to be with me, and she kept her word, you know. Also too, she keeps her promises. Like, all these things I'm saying in my head, you know, like the explanation. Like, obviously I wrote this down already, you know, but for me, because I already know what my ideal girl is, you know. Like, every single girl that I ever met, they're all my ideal, you know. Like, they're loyal, they're monogamous to me only, they only want to be with me, you know. And for me, like I don't chase. I literally do not fucking chase girls ever. They chase me. Like, that's been my reality. That has been my reality for the longest time, even before I knew about law of assumption. It's just what happened, you know. I'd literally be walking down the street, and girls would approach me when I was in like high school, middle school, and they want to be with me. They make out with me, we do stuff, and then, because I just existed, you know. Like, the whole time when I first hit puberty, after puberty, I've always was in a relationship I was always in a relationship, long relationships, you know, and every girl wanted to be with me, and because for me, I was really, I don't know what the word is, I was very adorable, I guess, a lot of girls found me hot, you know, like, a lot of girls would do strange things to me, you know, like, I remember Avril Lavigne, she started coming out with Skater Boy or whatever, like, she wore the tie, I wore the tie too, you know. I went to school in, a school that wore uniforms, so I just wore a tie, you know, like a tie just around my neck, not around the collar or whatever, just like literally like Avril Lavigne. and every girl, like, they'd mess with me, and they'd like grab my tie and they kind of like toy with me or whatever, you know. I was like, what the fuck are you guys doing, you know? I was like, sit down, and they tell me to sit down, and I'll just, because that's what I remember, you know, because that's exactly what they did to me. Like, girls, like, man, they were weird back then, man. Like, when I was in middle school, they were really, really horny. I know they were, dude. They're going through puberty too, you know. So they did all these things, and you know, like a lot of girls, they did a lot of things to me, you know, like consensual things, you know. Well, I don't know, man. Yeah, I don't know. I let them, you know. Obviously, I don't want to do anything to them, you know, but they want to do things to me, and they did. Because that's always been my life, you know. So this is where my assumptions come in, you know. And I noticed that Neville Goddard and all these people, like, he says do it into like. So this is what Neville Goddard's mentor Abdullah said to Neville Goddard. He said, so Abdullah taught Neville, there is no such thing as a little pregnancy. If you did it, you are pregnant. Let the child grow, and interference with it is going to cause a miscarriage. So you assume you're in Barbados. The idea is you're going to give birth to a journey which will land you right in Barbados. You assumed it. That is conception. This is another Neville Goddard quote that I have. He says, of all the pleasures of the world, relief is the most keenly felt. When someone you love is late, you anxiously wait that key in the door, and you hear their voice. Your relief is keenly felt. That is the same kind of relief you will have when you imagined correctly. You may imagine over and over again, but you're only going to impregnate once. And if you reach the point of relief, your bread has been cast upon the water. So obviously that saying is from what, so it doesn't really matter. Like, I think that's why Abdullah and Neville, they talk about keep on doing it. And then I guess that's the relief that he finds, that you've cast the bread into the water, you know. So for me, I guess that's what it means, you know. Like, just keep on doing it until you feel relief, you know. And like Neville Goddard said, you know, when you of all the pleasures of the world, relief is the most keenly felt. Once again, when he said when someone you love is late, so he's talking about, you know, because obviously, you know, you're anxious when, yeah, I guess he's describing as something that you want to, like your mom or dad, whatever, and because for me, that's, I guess I do understand that, you know. And he says you actually wait, you know, so you wait for them to come through the door, you know. And then when they come through the door, you're like, yep, they're here. Then you have the relief. You go, thank you, God. Like, they're safe. They're here safely. They're in front of me. I see them. Awesome. So when you have that relief, you know, just imagine what that relief would feel like, I guess. So that's the best example that Neville Goddard gives, you know. He says relief, that's when you know you've managed correctly, you know, like you've imagined correctly. You know, you could keep on going over and over again, but you only I guess you plant the seed once, you know. And if you reach the point of relief, your bread has been cast upon the water. So yeah, so I guess just keep on doing that, you know, because Abdullah says to continue to do it until you get your desire, you know. So I guess the thing that Abdullah says to do and Neville Goddard says is just before you go to sleep, just imagine your day, you know, imagine what you want, imagine your desire, you know. Imagine what you want, and then just imagine that you already have it, you know. Put yourself in that space, you know. Try to feel it felt. Like, feel your desire. Like, literally feel it. You know, literally just feel how it would feel like if you had it. You know, literally just imagine that. That's all it is, man, just imagining. You know, imagining what you want. So I guess that's why a lot of people say manifestation is easy, man. Like, your assumptions about it, you know, like the assumption that you have it, you know, if you're fighting your assumptions, then all you got to do is just, because believing it, believing that you have it, believing the things that you believe, like, because you don't really need belief, you know, because you don't need to believe in gravity for it to happen, you know, because it's a law, the law of gravity. Like, it doesn't matter if you don't believe in it, The same thing with the law of the whatever, the law of just basic physics or anything like that. Like inertia, anything like that. Like you can't change it. Because it's that. So that's why the law of assumption, or I guess the law, like Neville Goddard calls it, like the law of God. I guess you could kind of say it like it never stops being the law. It never turns off. That's how I understand it. So for me, like the stuff that I'm doing, all I'm doing is just like I have these thoughts during the day and I just imagine them. I have it, because I have manifested things without thinking about them at night, like because I just whatever Goddard says. I mean, well, Abdullah says to do, because you can impregnate, just I guess technically impregnate your mind or plant the seed in your mind after I guess just during the day, because your beliefs and your assumptions create your reality, so if you believe something that happens, it's going to happen. Because when you put your focus on like where your energy flows, energy goes, I forget the saying, to put your focus on, if you observe it, that's why observing things, gives you the effect, like because everything's happening, creation is finished, like in my father's house are many mansions. If I wouldn't have told you so, I would have told you, I guess. Like how much reality we live in, man. Just choose, like figure out what you want, and I know what I want. I want my own room, I want money, I want my SP, I guess my girlfriend, whatever. I want to be like I am all these things right now. I have them right now, like if you had them, would you be concerned about them? That's I guess the kind of thing that a lot of people say, is to just believe you have it right now in this moment, like the stuff that I've been saying. I study a lot of Neville Goddard. I'm going to study this more obviously after I'm done reading it. But this story that Neville Goddard talks about, about his teacher Abdullah. He's telling him like when he first met Abdullah and how Abdullah taught him. Like you guys really need to listen to that story, because in that story, Abdullah teaches him everything that he needs to get what he wants. He says, "This is all you need to do." Just imagine what you have, and just as if you already have it. Well, he doesn't really say that, but he literally says, "Just assume you have it." So Neville talks about wanting to go to Barbados, back to his family. He has no job, no money. He's talking to his mentor. And he tells him Abdullah, and he talked to his mentor about it, and Abdullah tells him, "You are in Barbados." Neville said, "I'm in Barbados?" Abdullah said, "Yes, you are there now, in Barbados." He says, "You see Barbados, and you see America from Barbados. You can smell the tropical land of Barbados, see the little houses in Barbados. That's all you do. You just simply sleep this night in Barbados." And then Neville, obviously he thought he was stupid and it didn't work, and he assumed that, but he did, as his teacher said. He just assumed he was in Barbados. He assumed that he was in his mother's home. He saw America relative to Barbados. He saw like 2,000 miles north or whatever from Barbados. A week passed. He just kept on doing it. He tried to talk to his teacher about it. Like I said, the lesson is don't talk about how you want to get there or what's going to happen. And Abdullah just ignored him, when he tried to talk about it. A month passed, December, and he still had no job, no place to go. The last boat was about to leave on the 6th, and on the 4th he got a letter from his brother Victor about it, and then he got it. And then once again he talked to Abdullah. He said, "Abdullah, I did it. I got it. I'm going to Barbados." And Abdullah said, "No, you went to Barbados." Yeah, he told him Neville did. He tried the best of his ability. He taught him by his rudeness, do not discuss how you were going, what you were supposed to do. He tells him right away, you're in Barbados. He went into imagination in Barbados and actually did all that he would do in that state. And Abdullah put Neville in Barbados in his imagination. He slept in Barbados to the best of his ability. Days went by and weeks and a month. He's trying to discuss it with his mentor for a little hope, but no hope. You don't need hope. False hope that I guess essentially it is false hope, you know. He wouldn't give him any encouragement. If Neville did what Abdullah told him to do, basically he just said believe in the process, you know. Abdullah taught Neville there's no such thing as a little pregnancy. Once again, that's what I said, you know, in the very beginning. So please listen, please watch that I guess that excerpt or whatever that I found, you know, because that taught me everything that I need to know about manifestation. You know, just you're there, you have it. Like right now, don't talk about the I guess the future tense or whatever, because all you're doing is pushing it away. That's what I believe. You have it literally right now in front of you. You have it. You're there, because reality, because the present moment is all we have. Present moment is everything. Present moment is right now. You know, because there's no such thing as time. You know, time is not linear. Everything is happening right now at the second. So you have it. Everything that you have, like Abdullah taught Neville, got everything needed now. That you have it right now, man. You're in Barbados. You're there. And then, like Neville said, when he got excited, like Abdullah, he didn't encourage him even when wasn't happy for him even when he got it. He said, "I'm going to Barbados," and he said, "Who told you you're going to Barbados? You went to Barbados. You went first class." You know, he was like, "Okay," and because essentially Abdullah was putting his reality onto his student. You know, he was teaching. He says, "You went to Barbados. You already went." You know, like past tense. You went. It was a memory. You know, like past tense. You went, and you went first class. He said, "You went first class." You know, that's it. Because Neville Goddard, he was excited. He didn't care if he was going third class or whatever. You know, he went. And then what turned out to happen when he went to leave, the lady told him, "Good news, Neville Goddard. I mean, new good news, Mr. Goddard. Somebody canceled, and you're going first class on the way back, and on the way there, on the way back." So 10 days there, he was a first class, and then when he came back 3 months later, first class again, back to New York. He lived his life. Like he got what he wanted, you know. He stayed with his family for all of, I guess, winter. 3 months. He said 3 heavenly months, and yeah, that's literally how he got it. You know, that story teaches me a lot, man, and it should teach you guys a lot too. You guys should really listen to that lecture. It's really, to me, it's kind of funny, you know, because Abdullah, like, he knew exactly what I wanted to do, you know, and he brought back, like, Neville brought him like alcohol, and he thought they would last him a lot, and so I know he just drank it right away, you know, because Abdullah was well known for being a drunk. Well, not a drunk, but like he loves alcohol, you know. And the way that he drank, like a lot of people thought he would die, but he didn't. But I think he did die of alcohol poisoning. I don't know. He died of something. But, you know, I guess it doesn't really matter. But like this thing, I go back to, you know, it's not for encouragement, it's just to remind me of what to do, you know. It's to trust the process. Just, it's done. Like literally, it's done. Like when you think about it, think of it lovingly, you know, and just be like, "Yep, I have it." Because when you have something, you don't really think about it too much. You know, like you don't think about the phone you have, like all the things that you have right in front of you. You don't think about them ever, you know, because you're not excited about it anymore. You're there, you know, like it happened. Yeah, it happened. Yep, I'm married. Yep, like couples who've been married for 20 years, like yeah, I'm married. Okay, this is my wife. Yeah, they're not excited. They're neutral essentially, you know. So just you already have your thing that you want. You have it. You went to Barbados, like he said. You went, and obviously Neville Goddard, he was excited. Of course, you're always excited in the very beginning, you know. You're always excited. You have it, you know. So this is the lessons that I continue to go back to, you know. And also what Neville Goddard says is, imagine whatever you desire. Believe you'll receive it, and go about your business in the world with patience and confidence, knowing your desire will erupt and become reality, you know. So that quote even gives more meaning now to what I learned about through Abdullah's teachings. You know, that's it. It's the management of desire. So what do you want? Write it down. This is to get it clear, you know, because every technique is just to help you get into the state of having it, you know, getting to whatever. So it doesn't really matter what technique you use, affirmations or whatever, it doesn't matter, you know. For me, I do like scripting. I like writing down what I want because I want to be clear on what I want, you know. And I know it's down there and it's good. And on my subconscious, because I wrote it down and I read it, you know, like it's for me. It's just a reminder. That's all it is, a reminder. But then I don't need to read it anymore, you know, because I already have it, you know. Because I know God knows what my ideal person that I want. I already know. I've said it a million times in my head. I don't need to, you know, rehash it or redo it, you know. And yeah, so just believe you will receive it. So believe you have it, and go about your business in the world with patience and confidence. No rope. So just for, I wouldn't say, I guess I would say forget about it, because you have it, because that's essentially what you do with the other stuff. You see it, you go, okay, cool, like you see the game that you have, you see the stuff that you want to play, whatever, you play it, you're excited, or you just like playing because you enjoy it, like the same thing with like having sex, you enjoy it, you don't need it, something with food, you enjoy the food, we need it to sustain ourselves, same thing with like buying stuff, because you forget it, like understand that everything that we have right now in our lives, it's only temporary, so it's not to dwell on it, I guess, because everything eventually, like, you have it, and then if it breaks, then you're sad about it. But I don't know, man, just the stuff that I'm saying is just to get you guys to not really focus on material stuff either way, because we already have it, like we have it. Just imagine you have it. Imagine what it'll feel like if you were playing with it or using it, and just do that until you don't need to anymore, If you want to do it, go for it, man. Like, continue to do whatever thing you want to do, Like, if doing 10 jumping jacks and saying you have it 5 times will get you desire, then do it. If that'll help you get into the desire of having it, that's all it is. It doesn't matter what technique you do, Your assumptions create your reality, Your assumptions give you what you want, So if you believe it'll work, it'll work. Just like how Abdullah taught Neville. He said, assume you're there. Assume you went, Assume you're there every night before, and did this for over a month, and then he finally got it, And Neville got her to, like, obviously to know. So it might take. It doesn't really matter. Don't worry about the time either, Don't worry about that kind of stuff, Okay, so I'm done talking now. I just wanted to get this off my chest. If you guys like this stuff that I'm talking about, the stuff, the random ranting that, because I just obviously just come to my head, to talk about it, the ranting that I have. For me, it's therapeutic, that's why I do it. So hopefully you guys like this video. If you guys like it, cool. Thumbs up, like, comment, share it, whatever. Cool. Thank you. Bye. Peace. Peace.